Excuse me? Do you think you can just sneak back into YouTube like you've never left, like you haven't disappeared for the past 6 months and haven't told anybody what you've been making? Go on then, we'll let you. Hi guys, I'm Gemma, this is GemmaBeaMakes. This is a crafty channel where I usually tell you what I've been making over the past couple of weeks. However, it's been about 6 months since I last spoke to you guys, and I hope that there's a few of you still here that are actually interested in what I'm going to say and what I'm been making. Maybe? I hope so. How are you all doing? Are you all alright? I've missed you all so much. Genuinely, I feel like I haven't been talking to my friends. And it's been a little bit sad. What have I been doing, you say? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I haven't been doing anything. The last time I spoke to you guys, I think I was doing Tour de Fleece. So is that in June or July or something? I finished Tour de Fleece. I knit a jumper out of the things that I did with Tour de Fleece, and then I've gifted that jumper to my mum. It's cosy. It turned out quite nice actually. I don't have any pictures to show you. What else have I been doing? Nothing. James started school in September and I had so many big plans that I was going to do a crafty shop. I'm going to start a little small business doing my sewing bags and all sorts of crafty things that I like to do, and I did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, it's a new year now. We're going to pretend that didn't happen and we're going to get back to it. I'm going to tell you all the things that I've been making. Now, I can't remember what I was making before. I was doing the jumper that I gifted it to my mum for her birthday. So it's gone now. Bye-bye. Gosh, it feels a little bit weird getting back into the swing of it. What do we do? What we're wearing. Okay, so what am I wearing? I am wearing the Tilly and the Buttons Billy dress. Or is it just called the Billy, I think? I opted for the puff sleeves. There's two different type of sleeve and they've got a nice big like balloon. It's got like a cuff that puffs out. And it has pockets. Do I need to stand up already? Probably. I'm going to show you. It has, can you see? Probably not. Has some nice pockets and it comes to like just above my knee. It is so unbelievably comfy. So this is the second Billy that I've made. I did make another one. The first Billy, the first one that I made was in like a greeny fabric with lots of leaves, and in fact, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll go show you it. A little transition. Here we go. Billy number 2. Well, actually, this is Billy number 1. But this is like a really quite a thick French terry? No. Oh, I can't remember. It's a sweatshirt material. This is a really thick French terry. So you can see on this version, I did the straight sleeve because this material is really, really thick. So it was a bit of a trial and error, this one. This material here, I picked up from Harrogate Knitting Stitching Show, the first ever one that I went to. So I think that was about 2019. I picked up like a metre of it, maybe a metre and a half, thinking I was going to do something for the boys. But it's a little bit special and I really, really liked the fabric and I never got around to making them anything because I liked it more. So when I saw the Billy pattern, did I say it was by Tilly and the Buttons? Anyway, when I saw that pattern, I knew that I kind of wanted to make this the... It's been a long time since I've actually spoke to you guys. I don't know what I'm saying. I wanted this fabric to be my main fabric and I wanted an accent to go with it. So I was going to put that accent round. However, I picked originally a blue fabric that matches like this, this dark blue. And I didn't really pick the right kind of fabric. It was really, really bulky. And to do those puffy sleeves, I'll show you. So to do these puffy sleeves, you've got to really gather up your fabric, and it just wasn't turning out right. I put this on, once I'd finished it, I'd done these balloony sleeves in this blue fabric, and it looked like a court jester. It looked really bad. The neckline is really high on the original billet, and I've hacked this neckline as well. I took quite a bit out of it. I did mess up the sewing and tension there a little bit, but again, it's really thick fabric. So yeah, I had to unpick all those blue sleeves and put this yellow matching, and actually this is really thick, really cosy, and it's fab with some like really warm leggings underneath. So I knew that I really wanted a version of this with the puffy sleeves. So for Christmas, I got a bit of money, and I went to buy this fabric. I think it's absolutely fab. It's a lot thinner. It's just so cozy, comfy. And as soon as I put it on, I thought it was a bit like, it's a bit Laura Ingalls. Little House on the Prairie vibes, and I love it. I think it's really nice. I forgot about the neck. The neck is very high, and I think I still might alter it and take it out a little bit, because it does, I don't know why, I just think I prefer it just that little bit lower. It's a little bit high, but it's really comfy, and I was really happy with how it turned out. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of sewing. I have been doing lots of knitting on one project recently, and I don't know what it's called, and I'm recording on my phone. I was not prepared for this. You'd think after 6 months I'd actually sit down and maybe write some notes about what you're doing. No, just dive straight in. I am going to put it on the screen instead of stop recording and tell you who this is by. I want to say Valentina. Oh, don't say it out loud. I don't even know what the jumper's called. Oh, that's really bad. However, I absolutely love it. So it is a lace detail, and it's the most fab construction. You kind of work it in 2 halves on 2 needles until it all comes together. But anyway, it's this basket weave. I'll show you the back. Like a basket weave V, and then you start doing all these fab lace and faux cable texture that go all the way through it. I love it. I think it's working absolutely fabulous. So I had a little bit of brain space. I had no projects on. I finished all of my whips, guys. After that jumper, I finished everything I had. I had 1 pair of socks on the go, and I frogged them because I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying knitting. I've been going through such a crash in Mojo, which is why I haven't really been recording. I really just wanted to pick up a fun, just one project, and I saw this jumper on Instagram, and I just thought that was it. So it kind of was a yarn match. So this yarn I picked up from Yarndale. Oh guys, I missed Yarndale telling you all about it. Oh, it was a bit ace. I didn't get loads. I got this jumper quantity. So this is a wool, alpaca and silk from Laxton's, and Laxton's are a local mill to me. I think they're just in Keighley somewhere, maybe in Bradford way, not far, about 10 miles. And they, I don't know how, but this was £2 a skein. I don't know how it was so cheap. It feels so ultimately soft. Well, it's alpaca, silk and wool. It's really, really nice in this solid colour, so I got 5 skeins. And it's got such a lovely drape to it that I thought this nice lacy texture, a nice lacy jumper to go with it. So yeah, it's taken me a long time. I've really, really enjoyed doing all this pattern, but now I'm very, very grateful that I have joined at the bottom now, and I'm just going round and round. Now the design is actually designed for quite a crop. Maybe I think it's supposed to stop just above your hip, so it kind of sits on your hip with a nice hugged fit. I do like my jumpers a little bit longer with a little bit of a looser fit, so I haven't done as many decreases down the side to get that really fitted shape. I've kind of kept more of a looser fit, but I think I'm probably another like 5 centimeters or something, inches. I don't know how long I've got left. Yeah, I think I worked out about 5 centimeters, and then I can put a nice, I'm going to put quite a long rib on it, I think. I haven't checked what kind of sleeves the design is for, but I kind of like the idea of putting like a balloon sleeve on, like this kind of sleeve onto this jumper. I think would look really nice. I think there's another jumper that I keep looking at that's really kind of, is it the Whitmore? It's by Amy that does Dandelion and Dogwood. She's got a really nice balloon sleeve on one of her jumpers, and I think I might put that sleeve onto this. But I haven't actually looked at the sleeve options for this, so I'll carry on looking. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. And it's like I said, it's the only knitting project that I have on the go at the minute. That's it. I've been really, because I lost a lot of my mojo, and I've got to say, guys, I am at the very bottom of my stash. I really don't have much of a stash anymore. I don't want to say dregs, because they're not dregs, but they're just not screaming at me for inspiration at the minute. And yeah, I need, my mind just hasn't been in it at all for at least 6 months. But I don't know, I think the new year just kind of gave me a little bit of a kickstart, and I feel like I put a few goals in. I don't ever do a New Year's resolution. The new year to me is just another year. And I don't ever follow goals. I'm rubbish. I can try and say I'm gonna set myself a goal of doing something, and I don't hold myself accountable to it at all. I really envy the people that can say they're gonna do something and then they stick to it, because I just can't. But I feel like this year, do you know what it is? I bought myself a diary and some pretty label stickers, and I've colour coordinated my week. And obviously now having a diary that says I'm organised must now mean that I'm organised, right? Anyway, I'll give it a couple of weeks, but I do feel better. I feel, so I've given myself some goals for this year. Because I don't have a real big stash, it does overwhelm me, but I do have a real big scrap stash. So I've got a big bag of 4-ply scraps, and I've also got a big bag of hand spun. So hand spun that I've been putting together, that I keep saying this is going to go into a hand spun blanket, and then I tried to do a blanket out of, I had 2 shawls that I kind of put together, and it went really, really bad. One of my big goals this year is just to frog the whole thing. Just frog it all, get all of my hand spun back, and make a real big, chunky, squishy blanket. That's what I really want to do. Something really quite simple that I will enjoy knitting on. I think maybe like just a corner to corner, just a garter stitch or something, or I was going to crochet it, but I think I'd prefer to, I think I like the idea of a crochet scrap blanket, but I'm a better knitter than I am a crocheter, and if I want something that I can take my mind off that, you know, you just want that monotonous, like just knit, then I can do that without looking. So I can just watch my TV and I can watch subtitles or whatever it is. Whereas crochet, I have to look at what I'm doing, because I still haven't got that practice of doing it without looking. So, well, I'm so out of practice that I have to look at what I'm doing. So yeah, so I'm gonna do a hand spun blanket this year. I have also made the goal. What have I said? Oh, so maybe last year, the year before, I was hand sewing the boys' baby clothes, so all the clothes that they had when they were younger. I was doing an English paper piecing quilt top with all those pieces. Guys, it's nearly finished. I don't know how I put it away in the state that it was. I literally need another row of something around the outside and a little bit of filling, but the whole top is nearly done. So my plan is to actually finish that blanket also. So 2 blankets in the go. What else did I say were my goals? Oh, I can't remember now. That's how goal orientated I am. There's lots of little bits I want to use all my old towels. Now I've got lots and lots of towels upstairs that I know that it's one of those things that I kind of just been put in the back of the cupboard, like they will be handy for something. One day I want to use all the old towels, so I've got some fabric that I was gifted quite a while ago that I kind of took all of my favourite bits out of it, and I've used all the best bits, but there's still quite a bit of fabric that it's not gonna be anything pretty. It's not dressmaking fabric. I don't think I could make any nice bags out of it or any sewing bits and notions that I like to make and sell. So, but it's, you know, it's still a nice fabric. So I think I'm going to find something that I can use the towels and the fabric. I think what I'm going to try and do is make just like reusable bits. So I'd quite like to make some reusable like kitchen roll and face wipes and maybe some little sandwich bags or beeswax wraps or something along those lines, or something that I can reuse all these bits and bats that I keep saying that I'm going to, that I never have. So a little bit of an organisational whatever. As well as using all the towels and the fabric that I've got, I still, when I say I was on the ends of my stash, I still have quite a bit. It's, I've got a set of drawers that's got some really nice Jamieson and Smith that I picked up. I've got about 10 balls of Jamieson and Smith that I can do a really nice colour work something with. And I've got a few skeins of like sock yarn, but nothing for a big project. So I need to find something that's going to make me in love with these yarns again, because I liked them enough in the first place to choose them. And if I've been through everything that I could let go of, and I've let go of it, and so now I'm just left with a few little bits that I need to find the perfect projects for. I've got a few little bits of spinning to show you. So at Yarndale, as well as picking up those 5 skeins of amazing so cheap Laxton's yarn, I also picked up lots of fibre. So I have already spun it all, obviously. This is in September, so my spinning mojo has not disappeared. I've loved spinning. I've spun lots and lots. Also, I've used lots as well. So as I've been spinning, I've been knitting some Musselburghs, guys, and I did a few sale table. I did Massom's sheep fair, a few different sheep fairs that I got an opportunity to sell my bits and bats at. So I've spun and knit and sold, so they've all gone. But I did pick up this one. So this was the Cat and Sparrow. And it's 100% Polworth in the Passing Stranger colourway. And what I did with this is I broke the braid straight down the middle and spun end to end and tried to keep the colours together as I plied it. And I think it just turned out absolutely fabulous. I really, really like this I got. I think I got about 270 meters, so it works out at about a DK bottle. It looks quite thin. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed doing this one. Polworth is a very nice spin. So that was the Cat and Sparrow one, and I also picked up this. Look at the size of this. So this is 2 from Shankly's fibre, and this is hand-dyed merino, 21 microns, 100 grams, and it is in the colourway Autumn Woods, and I bought 2. So this is 200 grams, and yeah, I just absolutely loved this. I think what I did is I spun 100 gram on one bobbin and another 100 on the other bobbin, and I just applied them together. And I just absolutely love how it turned out. So I wanted this to be a nice shawl, and I think I'm getting to the point now where I've knit so many shawls and hats, and that I have my favourites that I wear all the time, and there's always just something slightly like I really like this one, but I wish it weren't quite as dangly, or I really like this one but I wish that it was wider, or I really like the shape of this one but the wool's a little bit itchy. So I'd like this to be the perfect shawl. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little look around Ravelry and other places are available for a nice semicircular shawl, but that's quite deep, because I quite like the deepness that you get. I don't want it too thin. So that is what this one is going to be. So that was really nice, and I got a nice bit of inspiration while I was spinning that one. So I can already see what this is going to be. However, I don't know what this one's going to be. It'll be fub. It'll be a really fun stripe as it knits. I was going to do another Musselburgh hat, but I thought I'd maybe give it a little bit of life into something else. But guys, that's it. That's all I've got to tell you at this time. I needed to jump back in and actually start talking to you guys, because I was just doing nothing. I was doing nothing with my life. That's what I wanted to tell you. So what I've done to kind of kickstart my mojo, my little bits again, is I've signed up to do the Certificate of Achievement through the Association Guild of Weavers, Spinners and Dyers. So it's a qualification in spinning. So I thought, I know how to spin, I can do this, it'll make my brain work a little bit and I'll feel a bit better about myself. I've got a little bit of purpose that I can do each time. And I got the syllabus through the post the other day, and guys, it looks hard. I'm really looking forward to it though, but there's a lot of work that you have to do. You've got to like put on a proper exhibition at the end, and they say that it can take up to 5 years to do it, but ideally they'd like it in 2 to 3. So actually it's quite a big certificate. It's a big education thing. Gemma, those are words. But I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I've kind of like I say, I've got my diary. I've organised myself into days of the week, Gemma, they exist, days of the week. But I've given myself a day each week to do the Certificate of Achievement, a day to either talk to you guys, do a little bit for Etsy. I've got a little Etsy shop, but absolutely nothing in it at the minute. I'd really like to do some dyed fibre. So I've ordered myself a kilo of that really nice Falkland merino that I spun for Tour de Fleece last year. Guys, knitting that fibre was so nice. So I dyed the fibre, I spun it, and it's lovely to spin. It's really smooth, and then when you soak the yarn at the end, it blooms really big and chunky and fluffy, and then it's really lovely to knit, and the whole process was just really, really nice. So I've bought myself the same again. So this time I'm going to dye a different jumper. I think I am going to dye myself another shifty. I really, really wear my shifty jumper a lot. The Shifty by Andrew Mowry. So I've already got a hand spun version that I did out of scraps, and it's one of my most worn jumpers, especially at this time of year when it's cold. It's really big, oversized, it's really, really warm, it's really lasting really well, and it washes well as well. I'm happy with my hand spun jumper. But I think I'm just going to get myself another one because it fits really nice, and I would like another version of it. So I think I'm going to dye myself a shifty. But I think I'm going to double up the amount of fibre that I do and use myself. And then I've got a couple of sales and wool fairs coming up that alongside the guild I can sell my bits and bats at. So, and I'll pop them in Etsy as well if anybody would like some hand-dyed fibre by me. So yeah, trying to organise my life. I really, really hope I don't see you all again in 6 months. I'm on some side of like manic, sort your life out, Gemma. But no, I know I won't be. I really, really enjoy talking to you guys, and I really do feel like I've missed speaking with my friends, and we get such a good interaction out of it. I've made loads of friends on here on YouTube, talking to you about the things that I like to make, and you know, I love doing it. So leave a comment down below and tell me what what your goals are for the year and what you've been making, because I need lots of inspiration now. And yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for sticking around, and thanks for being all the way to the end. We know that we're besties. Okie dokes, I will see you soon, hopefully. Also, it's been so long that I don't have ads anymore, so feel free to skip all ads. I'm not getting nothing from it. Okie dokes, guys.